here is why Detroit is more punk than LA and New York put together. Yes, Detroit.
My chance, LA for 4 months, end up leaving right back. I'm in love with my city, bitch, sleep in my hat.
How you doing, Devon? I've been going to cons all year now, from Atlanta to New York to Virginia Beach. I have made so many memories and I have had so many opportunities, but for Youmacon, I was in my hometown, Detroit, Michigan. For the first time, I didn't have to get on a plane and travel hundreds of miles to a convention. Instead, it was only a car ride shorter than the one I take to work every morning. Now, I've spilled my heart out before on how much this city means to me on this channel. Detroit is the greatest city in the world in my eyes. And I know we might have a negative reputation, but this is where my roots are. I'm molded by everything I think this city stands for, and no matter where I live in the coming years, this is where my heart will always stay. But that's not what this video is about. It's about Youmacon. So here's the thing, is like me and Devon here, we don't actually look like con goers, we just kind of look like people who live in Detroit. Because, accurate?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, that's kind of nice, for once. I look like a local instead of a con goer, so. Is it the good mix?
It's a good mix.
How you feel, Devon?
Out of my element.
Yeah, true. Hey Nick, how are you feeling? And I mean, I gotta be honest, this was probably the least enjoyable con I've been to, not because it was a bad convention, by any means, but it was just like some of the events taking place just wasn't for me, and I'll get into that right now. So in Detroit, Youmacon is the biggest convention of its kind. And like, I've never gone to this convention. This was my first time ever going. I mean, it's been there practically my whole life. I don't know how long it's actually been going on. But like, it's been there since I was like a little kid. Like, people have been going to Youmacon. Like, I've known people who've gone, like friends, family, and like, it's been hyped up for a long time. People have been hyping up this convention. And this year was the first time I ever went to any conventions. In fact, I went to 4 conventions, and one of those happened to be like New York Comic Con, which is like a big deal because it's a Comic Con. So right off the bat, like, a big difference between Youmacon and other cons I've gone to, like, I didn't really have any responsibilities. I didn't have any obligations. I didn't have to be anywhere. Like, I was expected to be at Kelly Kirstein's sing-along panel, and that was it. So it was like, there wasn't really a lot going on. There weren't like a whole lot of panels. There weren't a whole lot of guests. It seemed like for the most part, this was just a bunch of people with common interests all in the same place. Which is, you know, that's great. I got nothing against that. And I kind of learned some things about myself this weekend. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that, like, I really didn't enjoy myself at this convention. And it's not because it's like a bad convention or anything. Like, I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to like speak down on like any of the people I met, anything like that. I just wasn't feeling the energy of this convention, because like, when I go to conventions, it's like, I want to see some cool stuff, I want to go to some cool events, meet cool people, and like, I'm just gonna flat out say this, for the most part, like, when I say it's a bunch of people with similar interests getting together to have fun, a lot of those people have like a certain idea of what you do to have fun, and that's not an idea that I share. Like, it seems like a lot of people who were there to get drunk, get high, you know, party, you know, maybe, you know, do some sexual stuff. Like, it just wasn't, it wasn't for me. It wasn't something I enjoy. Like, that's never been anything I enjoy. Like, I'm straight edge, I don't do drugs, I don't drink, and I don't like to make sex a public affair. Not saying that there's something wrong with the people who do that, but that's not my life. That's not something I want to spend my time doing. And like, those are environments that I really don't like being in. Especially when, like, at my age and with a lot of that stuff, like, it's incriminating. Like, if I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time, I'm going to jail. Like, that's how it is. I didn't just suddenly decide that I don't like these things when I got to Youmacon. Like, this has been a thing throughout my life. With, like, for a lot of people who I've crossed paths with over the years, their idea of having fun is going out and getting drunk, getting high, you know, smoking a blunt, maybe doing something harder than that, you know, having sex with someone they don't know, doing whatever. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that's a culture that I don't want to be a part of. Like, for my entire life, I don't want to be a part of that. And like that was like a very present thing at this convention. And as a result, I didn't have a good time. And like it sucks because a lot of people I went to the con with, they were like, yeah, let's do that. Let's go to the rave. I hate raves. I hate the idea of getting in a room full of people where it's loud and dark. Like you can't see and you can't hear. You can barely see and barely hear. And like most of the people are just like drunk or high. And they're like grinding on each other. The music usually isn't even good. Like that's not something I enjoy. Like some people, they get in that position and they're like, yes, this is what I live for. But for me, that is something I never ever want to spend my time doing. I want to stay away from those situations. Like that's not fun for me. That has never been fun for me. And it sucks when it's like you're with people and they're like, hey, let's drink in the hotel room. Hey, let's drive miles out of our way to get weed so we can get high, because that's what we want to do. And it's like, dog, if that's what you want to do, live your life and do that. But that ain't something I want to do. And when you're like spending time with friends like that, like whatever your friends want to do, you have to do with them. Not saying like I've ever like taken or drinking anything that like I didn't want to drink or do, but like you have to still be in that environment. And like when you don't want to partake, it's really not fun. Because then you're just sitting there watching a bunch of people get fucked up, and you're just like, alright, like fucking hope the cops don't come. Like most of us are underage, so if someone knocks down the door, and we're all fucked. So, especially me, because like I'm not even doing anything. But the fact, I'm just guilty by association. And like I'm the asshole, because I don't want to do this stuff, and everyone else does. They're like, come on, Tom, don't be that guy. Like you don't have to drink, but we're all gonna drink. And it's like, dog, that's the thing. It's like this is a personal problem at this point. Like this has become a personal problem in my life. Like why do I spend so much of my time with so many people who only want to do things that I don't enjoy? Like it seems like I'm wasting my life. Let's go to a party that I'm probably gonna go to and not have fun. Like I end up going because I don't want to be stuck in the house all the time. But like I'm starting to think like, are those my only options? Are my only options either stay at home and be alone all the time, or go out and do something that I'm not going to enjoy? In conclusion, I just want to have social experiences I'll actually enjoy. For example, the last video I did on this channel that was set in downtown Detroit, I went to a wrestling show. Like that's the type of thing I want to do. Like I want to actually go out and do stuff. Like I don't want to sit in a room full of people who are getting drunk, high, and having sex. Like that's not fun for me. It's never been fun for me. Like all throughout high school when that stuff would happen, that's not my idea of fun. Like, I want to actually go out and enjoy my life. I don't want to waste my life spending my weekends and whatnot doing all that other stuff. That's all I got to say for this video.